I think we're going live. Let us let the BEGAs know. I'll just share that one in BEGA HQ. If anyone catches it, I know it's a very awkward time to be streaming. Oh, I did not plan necessarily on streaming at this time today, but try and make it work. I'm a tired boy. It is extremely hot outside right now, meaning it is extremely hot inside my office. We got all the windows open. We got a flan. We don't have flan, unfortunately. I wish we had flan. We got a fan blowing, but it is going to be a short stream, so you may catch up on this one later, gang. This is, I guess, somewhat of an announcement for like an early access of something I've been working on. Extremely small handful of people know that I've even been putting this thing together. Shout out to all of my awesome BEGA instructors in the BEGA HQ Discord to help and proofread some of this stuff. But essentially, I want to share with you guys a method that I've used for lots of different like games and like training stuff over the years. I really like doing like visualization stuff, and I've applied this to loads and loads of different things, whether it's been like martial arts or like card games before, or anything really. Dungeons and Dragons as well is one that I use this kind of stuff for a lot. But essentially, what I normally do is I get like these flashcard type things, and let's put this straight into a Beyblade context. Let's say I'm dealing with some meta decks. So let's just pick the obvious meta combo. Let's go Cobalt, Dragoon, and let's say everyone likes 560 Elevate. Fantastic. Okay, so that's the combo I've got to deal with. How is it being launched? Let's say if they're on the B side, they're going to use a reverse slingshot, or if they're on the X side, they're going to do a inverse X. Okay, so now I've got the combo and the two different ways they might be launching it, depending on what side they're on. Now from there, say I'm drilling my B side launches, I'd make a deck of a bunch of these different cards. I'd pull, shuffle up, pull one from the top, whatever combo I'm running at the time. Let's say I'm running this Wolf 760 level. I pick it up, okay, Cobalt Dragoon 560 Elevate, nightmare of a combo to deal with. They're launching from the X side because I'm on the B side here. They're going to do an inverse X, so they're coming up to here. That makes me think about, with this combo now, what launch do I need to do to counter that inverse X? So I might think, okay, ways I could try and counter it. It's going to be hard to drop launch up there and beat it to this point, so it's going to end up 50-50 possibly when we make contact there with who shoots off where, and I'm using level, so I don't want to catch the rail and do a draconic burst and self KO. I might think, okay, a good one to go for here would be a false drop, because I'll be higher up there and I'll beat them to this point, so when they come up and hit me here, they'll be lower down. That's a really good option. Or I might choose to completely subvert them coming around this way, and I might go for a long reverse X. Essentially, whether you're playing with the stadium or not, this is a great thought exercise to be doing. Writing down some competitive combos and getting your deck together and like running through it. But instead of you having to spend ages writing down these little flashcards like my dumbass does, I've made a V1 of a, I guess, product that will be free for all channel members. As soon as I finish this stream, I'm going to upload the printable sheets. But what is currently available is 42 combo cards and 20 launch cards. So for combo cards, we have, let's see if I can line this up so you can see it well enough. So here, again, Cobalt Dragoon 560E. So Blade, Cobalt Dragoon, Ratchet 560, Bit Elevate, B-side launch, reverse slingshot, X-side launch, left spin, drop launch. So I've got those two variations counted depending on what I'm on. Aero Pegasus, 960 rush, B-side launch, 50-50 drop, X-side launch, slingshot. And there are loads and loads. So 42 combos, combo cards. So some of them have the same combo. A lot of them use the same blade. It's mainly just kind of like prominent meta combos I've worried about for this first base release. This is something I'm going to be updating monthly. But this is an absolute beast of a tool for your training. Its companion alongside it is something that I think a lot of people have wanted to get categorized for a while. And if you know the BEGA HQ channel on Discord, then you know we're a bunch of sweaty launch tech nerds. So I've been cataloging everyone's launches for a while now. And let's go, it starts on that one. And here I have launch cards. So it's kind of like a glossary of the terms for the launches on your combo cards. So when it says short reverse X, you can use this as a reference. Short reverse X, often referred to as reverse X. This launch enters the stadium from the bottom of the X side. Staying close to the X rail, it climbs to the top of the B side. Here it should stall until dropping to the center of the stadium. And a basic diagram to explain it. False 50-50. The false 50-50 enters the stadium high up on the B side, and after a short stall, will make a small drop and maneuver to the top of the X side before continuing on to a reverse X back towards the top of the B side rails. And again, simple diagram, just explaining these. And we have 20 awesome launch tech cards here. Now, different ways you can use both of these decks. If you are, so like solo training, like I am in this situation right now, with the launch deck alone, I can just shuffle it up. Or I can pick out, say, B-side only cards, left spin only cards, X-side only, X-side left spin, whatever, if I want to get really specific with what I'm practicing. But let's say I'm just shuffling up now. I draw from the top, negative 50-50, so this is a left spin launch. I'm going to drill that until I nail it. So that would be basically, I won't do it now, but that will be basically how I do this. Okay, I've nailed that launch, or that's the one I'm going to be practicing for the session. I've gotten how many launches I need to do for it. I draw my next one, reverse slingshot. Okay, we are drilling. We're drilling left spin launches. So I'm going to hit my reverse slingshot until I nail it. I draw again, drop launch. Okay, time to practice drop launch. Let's get those. So even without just using it as a reference, you can use this as a great tool to just force you to get good at switching between different launches. Not just sticking to the same thing. Like in tournaments, we can all be guilty of like, oh, okay, I did a good drop launch earlier. That I'm just sticking to that no matter what the matchup is. Whereas here, we can get a bit more confident going from anything. We can be like quick fire around and do a left spin slide drop. And then I'm going to do my short reverse X, and then a reverse slingshot. 3 very different launches, left spin and right spin. And yeah, it also helps just organize your ideas for them. So again, these will get expanded on. I've already got about 5 more launch cards proxied up, ready to go. But I will put those files up when I put up the next, I guess, expansion for the deck. But I've got maybe 10-15 minutes to hang out. Should we test against this deck of cards? Let's put the launch deck away and I'll see if I can work my way through. Yeah, I got a couple of launches here, and we'll just use the combos that I've already got in the stadium. Let's see how far we can make it with a Wolf. Alright. So you can just perch this bad boy down wherever. You don't have to have as messy stadium as I do. Bro's just got all this crap here all the time, so I do apologize. What's up, Casual Blader? Appreciate it, man, appreciate it. Alright, so first combo we're dealing with. Oh shit! Silver Wolf mirror match. So Silver Wolf 960 Hexa, and from the X side they're going to be doing a slide drop. So immediately, tough matchup. If they're going to be doing a slide drop, I personally probably don't want to go for a regular. I haven't watched anything yet today. Let's see if we can actually hit anything. I don't want to go for a regular drop because I think they'll be able to, when someone does a slide, they often shoot up there and beat you to the mark, but not like too far ahead of you, so that like they drop down before you do. A lot of the time it's like they get there just before you do, and you might be actually lower down. So if I saw someone setting up for their slide drop, I would either go for a variation of the false drop, so either a false drop where I'm trying to pin up to the top of the stadium here, or I would go for a true false drop, which that almost was, where I get behind the rails. Not like that though. But again, that's the fun of, like, you're under this pressure now, like, you can almost role play it a little bit. It's like, if I fuck up the launch that I need to do, or I figure out will be my counter for it, that's almost like taking the loss. Whereas if you nail the correct counter launch, you can treat that as like a win and like move on to the next card. So there we get the true false drop. Or again, it can be one of those ones where maybe I want to go for what we're now calling the something like the Nickverse X, where I'm shooting across diagonally, showing the face this way, which is almost like a parry, but from the bottom side here, moves similar to the reverse slingshot in like right spin, and you'll climb up to the rails there, cutting along this way. But even just here is getting you really like just thinking about what you're going to be playing next. So we've done our counter launches for Wolf on Hexa. Next card, we'll go for a, oh shit, absolute nightmare cards to deal with. Wizard Rod 360 Low Orb. I think I've set the difficulty to extra hard. Alright, so they're on the X side. They're going for a short reverse X. This is a question you get asked all the time. What do you do about Wizard Rod on a reverse X? So here I would 100% be trying to nail them with a parry launch. So with the parry launch, as they reverse up this way, we're looking to shoot straight across down here and cut across this way, catching any deflection and hopefully knocking them in towards the pockets, shooting up and along here. After that, we often just go into regular X dashes, but yeah, so we hit our parry. Not enough speed for the X dashes. Yeah, and all the launches that are on the cards are of course on the launch deck. Next card, fuck it up. It's just absolute hard mode. Phoenix Wing 760 Low Rush, and again they're going for a slide drop from the X side. So we're just getting absolute killer combos and killer launch tech, one after the other. And here I would probably honestly either be going for the parry, like I just did then, or Silver Wolf should be able to out stamina Phoenix. So even though they're going for a slide drop, it's one of those situations where instead of going for that early critical counter, I might just like try and do the absolute slowest possible drop launch I can to climb up to the top of the B-side. Like, and if you can nail it, hitting the sweeping drop launch in that kind of situation is a great counter, because if they can only get up to the rails from the X side and you manage to get behind them, and when you drop in from behind there, it's like, alright, it's like ideal. So if you can hit the at the end of the day, yeah, it'll be up for free for the channel members after I finish the stream, bro, for sure. But props to Lion, one of our BEGA instructors and I guess editors for the launch tech, and I guess collectors for it as well. Alright, hopefully we can get not such a killer combo, although most of them are. Yeah, okay. So Wizard Rod, speak of Lion, Wizard Rod 360 low rush. So if they come from the X side, they're going for a slide drop as well. Damn, that's a nightmare of a matchup. I think I probably would try and just parry here, because I think in this situation, a lot of the time I'm going to lose on stamina to that Rod combo, even though it's on a low rush with like the Silver Wolf. It could be close. Wolf beats Rod in a lot of stamina matchups if there's a good amount of contact, so that could work in our favor. But again, they're a lot shorter than us on low rush as well, so I'd probably just be trying to balls up their launch, and because they're slide dropping up this way more, we can actually do our parry from a little bit higher up and just try and shoot more like straight across the stadium, so that we cover that kind of basis showing our face to this bottom half here. So again, we hit another counter for our launch, and alright, Samurai Saber 360 level, so we're both on level. On the B side they'd be hitting a 50-50 drop, but from the X side they're shooting a slingshot launch. Slingshot launch, very cool. So they're looking to come up here and then drop down, trying to hit a crit on us. This is kind of like a slingshot is a good counter for like a bad drop launcher, or someone who puts themselves towards the middle of the stadium early from the B side. To counter the slingshot though, you can either try and outstall them by getting a real good a drop launch or false drop up here. That can be like one way that you can stop the slingshot from catching up behind you, because the slingshot will catch you from behind and kind of with your momentum throw you out. What you can also try and do that's great to deal with slingshot is kind of do that what was it, the Nick vs X or a Draconic Break, anything that will end up in after you shoot up to this side, then catching the rails to come up behind early where they don't drop down to, so you can fall behind them. It's probably like your best options to do. So something like, sometimes I can hit this first time, let's see if I can false drop straight into a Draconic Break. Not quite, but we didn't get all the rail. But that's the idea, to shoot down behind them early. Don't know if I can do a Nick vs X. Not bad, not bad. It's the right combo for it at least. So yeah, hit our counters there. We'll do a couple more cards. Speak of the devil, literally, what's going on? So here we have a character card. I don't know how well it will show up on the camera here, especially I'm using very matted sleeves. But this is Beyblade and Nyx, Silver Wolf 760L, so it's a mirror match for me here. On the B side, there's the Nick vs X, the launch I just tried to do for you there. From the X side, a short reverse X. So again, nightmare to deal with. We're probably going to try and parry to knock them off the course of their reverse X. Probably our best option from here, because again, if they really nail this short reverse X and we just hit a drop launch like here, they're going to be climbing up slower and then dropping down behind us, and that can be risque. If we drop down before, then we want to drop down quick so we come up and we chase behind them after they drop and stuff. So it can be uber risque. So I do really like to hit something like parry type launch against the reverse X to mess up their course. And then again, it's a mirror match, kind of like stamina battle. I'm hoping to hit that crit early on the parry, as always. But mirror match 760L, Silver Wolf. There's going to be a lot of recoil down to the end. So yeah, if we can just try and mitigate them early in the match, I think that's one of the matchups you go for, that early kill with a mirror match like that. Yeah, the BEGA combo, 970 rush for trying to beat is my go-to. Although at the moment, because personally I do feel like low orb is a pain in the ass, I think putting trying to beat at 60 height might be a good shout now, because you got like low orb and under needle combos running around. Everyone's using low rush. The game got a little bit shorter again, so like bringing down trying to beat by another millimeter is probably levels the playing field. Lol. And boom, shit. All right, Goon 160 elevate. So if they're on the B side, they'll be hitting the left spin reverse X, but they're hitting the left spin drop shit from there. So they're launching into here and climbing up from the B side and then dropping down. So we can try and outstall them again by hitting like a nice drop and like trying to climb nice and slowly, and hopefully we're behind them, or we time it so that if we aren't behind them, we X dash behind them kind of thing. Other options from there, I'd say the Nick vs X isn't a bad idea. That's becoming a theme with this Silver Wolf combo as well. It's just shooting over to the X side and running the rails backwards. But if they are shooting up to the top of that B side, it doesn't make sense to knock them out. And it's 160 elevate, so 160 and 560, very bursty, I think, paired up with elevate passing. That's why I don't use them. But if I'm going against them and I want to hit that burst, I'm trying to jam them into the rails early. So if I know that they're drop launching up to the top of the X side, then Nick vs X makes a ton of sense to like shoot up there and then get a little bit of rail hugging if you can into a shorter reverse X if possible. Wondering if 660 point will work on Toronto beat. It'll probably work, man. Personally, I am not messing with 660 right now. Bit too light, bit too bursty for what it is. Balance looks good, but not my go-to right now. Let's do another card. Holy shit, more Silver Wolf. 360 ball, so a favorite from Japan. If they're on the B side, it'd be a 50-50 drop. If they're on the X side, it'd be a short reverse X. Let's counter their B side launch for once. So 50-50 drop. What a fucking pain in the ass of a launch to have to deal with. I mean, you could hope that they drop out of that 50-50 early, that they're not able to like carry on too far after getting to the other side. But because it's on ball, because it's a stamina blade, it's probably going to be able to carry that pretty damn well. So I think here what your main go-to would be is like a slide drop, so you can shoot across there quicker to try and knock them on this side, or as they travel across here, so they don't go into that full 50-50 and don't get the benefit of evading very far. Now, I'm not very good at slide drops. I'm more of a short reverse X guy, but we'll do my best. Hey, look at that. We did one. Did one first time, but that was probably a bit too slow on the stall, which is normally a good thing. Normally a good thing, but we want to get up there a little bit quicker. So we can do the same movement as I do for the inverse X, but right spin from this side to try and just like, it's not going to work though. It's not going to work because of the backspin. That's why it has to be left spin on that side. Now, I do think the slide drop is your best option there, but don't focus on stall time, focus on like just getting up to the top of the stadium on that side as quickly as you can. Maybe I am good at slide drops. Who knew? Not me, definitely not me. Alright, let's go for another card. Nightmare 760 point. Damn, all of these combos are a fucking pain in the ass. B side, they go for false drop. X side, they're going for a slingshot. So again, if we can hit a really good stall on our drop launch, then that can be a good counter for this slingshot. But if we're doing like real bad drop launches like that one is, we're probably getting caught in a bad mix-up with us towards the bottom of the stadium. So if I know that my opponent is going for that slingshot back there, goddamn, like I never knew the Nick vs X was such an important launch for my arsenal, but getting up there early and getting a little bit of rail time, I think will be very good against the slingshot launch from the X side. But yeah, gang, this is pretty much the deck and how I can use it. I'll do a proper video that isn't just me like half asleep, just live stream chatting about it. I'll actually upload some content. But let's see if we can go through some of these quickly. And again, they're available. Like my printout sheets are going to be available for channel members. If you're not interested in becoming a channel member, just scribble your own shit down. Like it's not like a new idea. Like I said earlier, I do this for all different like sports, TCGs, like TTRPG stuff. Anything I'm doing, like it's essentially a tool. There's a lot more you can do with it than what I've been doing today. Like you can do this for duo play. You can have your partner or trainer partner, opponent, or whatever, load up some of these combos ready to go when you draw the card, or you build the deck customized for what combos you want to test against, and they just draw those launches. Or you do same thing with the launch deck. One of you has the launch deck, you both have whatever combos you're running with your deck. One of you is drawing from the launch deck, and the other one is trying to counter whatever launches they're doing. It's a really fucking good exercise to do with another person. Like, really, really good. Like, instead of just like kind of losing steam and just spamming one launch against each other for ages. Like, force yourselves to mix it up. Force yourself to be a little bit uncomfortable with what you're trying to do. Like, you'll definitely improve quicker. Like, guaranteed. Again, like, there's some kind of special shout-out character cards in this. So here we have Mad Max's Knuckles, his Phoenix Wing 160 point here. Of course, drop launch and slide drop. So we've got some, these are for the people who boost the channel's Discord server. So this is Verificus's Golem Rock 560 point. So yeah, some cool little additions here. Can't look at the center art because that's not public yet, but we've got Alchemist's BEGA combo, trying to beat 970 Rush here with his false drop and ricochet launches. Sanraku, another channel member who boosted the Discord channel, Aeropegasus 160L. We've got Nazuma with his Leon Claw 760 taper. He's got a special variant rule on his one because he uses the reverse tungsten, which is a variant of the slide drop, and stadium higher on the X side. Just noticed I missed a space between those two words, but this is V1. We even have me, I managed to make the deck. I've got my Drown Buster 960 low flat in here. Let's go through some character. We got Goat from the Discord, one of the channel members with his Night Mail 360 low rush. So yeah, some really, and of course, how could we forget Nanashi, Drown Dagger 360 flat. Again, special ability. Wizard Rod loses, not optional. We've managed to slide some memes into the deck, gang. But here we go. This is the BEGA training card game. It is not a trading card game, it is a training card game. And currently they are available to download and print off. Or, okay, this, if you can't be fucked, let me find my sheet. So, of course it's stored in a Beyblade thing. So I've formatted sheets for printing. So you just need to print these bad boys off, cut them out, and you can just slide them into sleeves or keep them as like paper, whatever, use them as your decks. Fantastic. Let me just grab my phone. You don't have to print shit off though if you do not want to. make an album with the cards in. You can shuffle that album around, reorder whatever shit you want, click wherever, and then this is how you play. Okay, I come up against this one, next card, and we shuffle across this way. Obviously, more shuffled up than that. I haven't shuffled these because I needed them organised and shit. But loads of ways to play with these motherfuckers. You could download the PDFs when I finish this stream, and you can instantly just start doing it on your phone. If you've got a printer at home, fantastic. But yeah, I am tired. I am hungry. I was just hyped to share this with you because I think it is very fun. So yeah, the BEGA training card game, or the Nashi V.2, as it should probably be known. Yeah, man, love the launch deck. If you had to use these with a partner, you would get so insanely good after. Bro, it would really push you. Like, and again, at the moment, I say only 20 is a lot of launches to even have in your arsenal. Like, would you be able to say you're consistently good with like 20 different launches? Like, that's a tough shout, but you don't necessarily have to be good at them all to know that you can counter them all. But if you're actively having to train countering them and practice the launches a bit, you're just gonna all around get better. So yeah, I fly early tomorrow morning to Bangkok. I will be there in time for the start of the junior G2 event. So I'll be getting practice battles in there, filming, possibly streaming while I'm there for a bit. And I'll be taking the deck with me, so I'll be giving it a go to see if I can use it against some other people, like the launch deck idea and shit like that. Tomorrow evening, I'm going to, I don't know what the prize is, but it sounds like it's a pretty big tournament. I can't remember what store, but I'll be meeting Kun Oakley, who I sometimes call Bangkok Nanashi. No disrespect to him, but he's an absolute legend. You would recognize him from some of my tournament videos in Bangkok. He helps me film. We shoot each other's like matches and stuff. It's very cool. So I'll be meeting up with him tomorrow evening to go to that one. And then Sunday morning, it is the G2, which we hopefully win, so we can secure a top 16 spot in the G1, which will be the qualifier for the World Championships later this year. It's already confirmed, I think 331 or 332, something around that, competitors already confirmed for Sunday. There's 181 walk-in slots available. They posted the brackets earlier. I am in bracket C, or group C, sorry. C25 is my number. But what is crazy is that because this one is so big, it's no longer a G2, it's basically a G1 in size, because it's going to be 9 wins. So you have to go 9-0 to be the winner on Sunday, which is a tall ass order, but not impossible. Someone's got to do it, right? So we're going to do what we can to make sure it is ourselves. I'll get a little bit more launch practice in this evening, and I'll definitely be using this deck. I don't know if I'll be streaming it though. Maybe a members only stream. And then yeah, tomorrow we got a lot of blading to do, a lot of traveling and a lot of blading. So yeah, hopefully the stamina keeps up until Sunday so we can hit hard. It's such a good idea. Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. What's up, KK? Nell. What's up, guys? Sorry, I've just been rambling. Not looking at the chat. Insanely cool idea. Definitely get the Soul Cowboys together. Let's go. Yeah, man. 100%. Would love the feedback. 9-0. Needs a bit of luck on your side. Pure skill, bro. Pure skill. You went 8-0 last weekend. For sure you got the 9-0, bro. Appreciate it, man. Was it? So last weekend I did 2 tournaments. You only had to go 5-0 or 5-1 to win them, because they were double elimination G3 size tournaments. In the first one I went 4-2, and then in the second one I went 5-0. So I am capable of 9 wins. Whether they're in a row, I don't know. I think, was it the highest I've gotten in a row for one of these larger tournaments? I would have been the not the G2. It was the Go to Japan tournament, I think, which I went. Was it 6 or 7? I think it was 6-0. I went. I was one off from getting to the semi-finals. So that was a large, like, G2 kind of size tournament as well. But yeah, single elimination, so you can't afford to lose a single match. But yeah, high stakes is what we're all about. Regardless, gonna go there and have a good time. Thank you for all the love, all the support, gang. As I said, I will immediately share the Google Doc or Google Drive, I think Google Drive, link to download the PDFs for the 42 combo cards and the 20 launch cards. Again, print them off, store them on your phone, do whatever you want with them. There'll be regular updates throughout every month for the channel members, as well as not just combo cards and launch cards updates. Like, we'll keep developing this so it's a bit better. But yeah, I'll stop rambling now. This is about exactly the kind of amount of time I thought I'd be able to stream for. I think my camera is probably about to overheat as well. It's like 34 degrees Celsius and it's humid as fuck right now. Alright guys, catch you in the next one, Beybladers. Peace!